Hey everybody, what's up? How you doing? Today I'm going to be reviewing the movie This is Spinal Tap. And Spinal Tap is a heavy metal rock band, but it's a rockumentary, but more of a mockumentary of heavy metal musicians. They went to a concept of John Lennon Yoko Ono relationship into this movie with a lead singer with his woman, similar to the John Lennon Yoko Ono type of scenario in this documentary. And I'm going to give you a little trivia. When I first saw this, when I was a kid growing up, I actually thought this was a real band. And this got me fooled. And I was like, because I remember, I never collected no CDs or anything. I just know them as what I saw on MTV. And I actually thought this was the real thing. And then as years go by, I found out that this wasn't really like a real band after all. You know, they were really actors, similar to the Monkees. But at the end of the day, I found them entertaining. And as for this documentary, super entertaining. It was fun. I didn't really pay too much attention to the scenario like that because I thought that it was really happening to this band. But then as time went on, I started getting older and seeing this again, I realized that how I fell for the trap. How did I realize that this was a fake band? But at the end of the day, it was entertaining. I like. And let's just get to the point. It's about this group having a U.S. tour. They're going to release a new album. They get into a lot of obligations and a lot of obstacles. Excuse me, a lot of obstacles in how they releasing the album, how they're going to promote their music, how and they get scenarios like their shows are getting canceled because it's not getting popular, loss of advertisement. There was one scene when they go for an autograph signing and no one shows. And I thought that shit was funny. Like in general, as for the jokes, let me just throw this in here. The jokes was super funny because you catch on to it now. Like when I was a kid, I didn't really catch on to it when the first time I see it. Seeing it again, I finally caught on to it and I understand it much more better than I did before. And don't get me wrong, when I first saw this movie, I did like it back then, but seeing this as a parody of English rockers and what they go through is what they say what they go through in real life. You hear a lot of rock and roll stars like Ozzy Osbourne, for example, talked about this stuff and like, hey, we went through this too. You know, like the radio, like the guitar speaker from 10, but it goes to 11. A lot of rockers talk stories like this, and I'm like. And I kind of like it, and Spinal Tap kind of showcased that. So this was pretty interesting. I mean, like, wow, it's amazing how this movie is a test of its time. You know, it still stands out. And as for the actors that played the Spinal Tap characters, it was really well acted because it got you believing in them. It was very believable. That's how good this rockumentary, as you want to say it, is how good it is. You know, it's really good and it's believable, well acted, well played out. I even like the music in this. Yeah, and between takes of the music, while the story of the acting is going on with the band coming to a rise or a little bit of a downfall, disagreement, and a little bit of the rise also. So, how the band's like about to break up, and what they're going to do after if Spinal Tap is no more. You get all this type of scenarios that you hear in real life with musicians in general. So to put this in this mockumentary is well done. It's really good. And after watching this movie, I found out that they are doing a real sequel to this movie. Yes, there will be this Spinal Tap 2. So this is gonna be interesting because I'm even more excited after finally watching this again and reviewing it just in the right time. So I'm looking forward to the sequel. And I think you guys who are a fan of this movie might be looking forward to the sequel also, I guess, right? Because if not, they wouldn't be doing a part 2. So I can't wait. Anyway, over and out.